It's the second race of the weekend for the DMV BMW Challenge here in Zandvoort. And what an entertaining race we had for the first race. And now here we are for the second race. On pole position, we've got Walter Forster. And in second place on the grid is going to be Michael Selbach. Third on the grid is going to be the 28 car, or it's meant to be the BMW Z4 of Janis Uversteiner, but I don't think that Z4 is here, is it? No, so there's a gap, unfortunately, in third place. Fourth on the grid is the man who won the first race earlier on today, and that is the 477 entry of Arndt Meyer. So keep an eye out for him, starting in fourth place on the grid in that World Touring Car Championship spec BMW. Wait for the lights to go out, then the racing will get underway. Everybody darting to try and take an advantage. Some guy's gone already on the inside there as the race gets underway. That's a jump start if ever I've seen one as they come down towards the first corner. But it's a good start from Forster. He gets on the brakes into turn one and look up the inside further back as hopefully everyone will make it safely around the first corner, unlike they did in the first race today. As they now head out towards Gerlach-Bock, looked as though everyone has made it through safely, which is fantastic to see. In the middle there is the 7 car of Jens Smolik in the BMW 1, the V8 powered machine, as they come around the hairpin now and make their way up through the S's. But what a start that was for Forster. We've had a change then, and I think that's Arndt Meyer who's managed to get past Selbach and up into second place. We'll wait for confirmation of that as they crest the hill now and down through Sky Flak for the first time. Side-by-side battles further back, but not really a side-by-side sort of corner. And there's some defensive work coming into the right-hander. And it is Arndt Meyer then who has got up into that second spot, but he is going to be under pressure now as they get on the brakes for the left. The 352 car right up behind, so that is Forster. So Forster lost the lead at the start then. Now they're doing battle and Selbach's in there as well, so it's a frantic opening lap as they get on the brakes very deep, very late in the day. But what a good move that is from Christian Schultz to make up 2 places in one fell swoop. So Schultz, who qualified second on the grid for the first race today, only started this one in 5th place, but he's rocketed through already. And now it's side by side as they come into Kumo-Bocht, and there's the move being made. So they're going to come across the line to complete the first lap, and the 357 car that made such a good start, it's Hildebrandt in that car, has dropped back, but it is Michael Selbach who is leading the way. Second place now then is Christian Schultz. Forster's dropped back to 3rd as we saw, and then it's frantic action everywhere else. Through the Gerlach-Bock they come. As they come up now through the hairpin and then up towards this fast sweeping sequence of corners that head up towards Sky Flak. Forster, the quickest man in the first sector that time around, but a 5.5 second lead for Selbach at the end of lap 1. Really impressive stuff from him. Took the lead from Forster and has now started to disappear. This is the close battle that we've got. Well, we've got close battles everywhere, haven't we? There's a move up the inside, and that's Harold Tanzler making up a place. Tanzler running in 9th position, so I think he's just managed to get past Lorenz Overhausen. But look at this, nose to tail for second place as they come across the line now. Forster right up behind Schultz. Schultz covers the inside line for the time being. Through the Tarzan hairpin. distance of corners up towards Skyflack. There's the order at the moment. Selbach with a 7-second advantage over this Schultz versus Forster battle. In 4th place, we've got Thomas Röpke. Who's made an incredible start, Röpke, from 16th on the grid. He's managed to get up into 4th position, so it's quite astonishing. And a half minutes to go. This is the battle for 2nd place we're watching. Schultz ahead of Forster. Now, is there going to be any move here from Forster? He's tucked a rider behind Schultz as they come down towards turn 1. Surely a bit too far back for a lunge. No, not at all. Looks to the inside. Not quite getting enough of an overlap there. And look at this. Frantic action further back. Coming down towards turn 1. This is all the battle over fundamentally 9th position. As they turn into the right-hander. As though it's Jens Smolik who holds on to that place at the moment. He's got up into 9th position then on this lap. In fact, I think he might be up to 8th because he's managed to get past another car in there, which was Ionis Smirilis from Frankfurt. And this 3rd place battle is unrelenting. Sorry, 2nd place battle, I should say. Where can Forster try and find a move? Maybe up the inside into turn 10. Yes, there's the look up the inside. Good work from Walter Forster. Dives up the inside of Christian Schultz and goes through into 2nd place. Race leader Michael Selbach is well up the road, some 6.5 seconds now. And I'm sure Schultz will try and fight back. Oh, and there's a moment, and that's not good news. So that's the spin for Harold Tanzler. He'd managed to get up into 8th position in that Melkus Motorsport M3 GTR. And now he's going to be dropping right back down the order. Less than 17 minutes to go, and that's a big accident there for Michael Kor. And that is on the exit of turn 10, isn't it, that Michael Kor's gone off. And that 325 E36 is off into the wall. Where was Michael Kor running? He was running well down the order, wasn't he, in the lower reaches of the top 20. Medical car immediately out onto the circuit. We may have the safety car deployed as well. Yes, there is the safety car boards going out. And there is the safety car ready to pick up the race leaders. And this is good news for Forster because he just had the fastest first sector of anyone, so maybe has a bit of a speed advantage over race leader Michael Selbach. 0.3 of a second quicker on that last lap, so if they're together on the road behind the safety after a safety car, then it could be interesting. And there, that's good to see. Michael Kor out of the car. Actually, for this, I think Michael Kor would have done the first race, and it's Johan Pajnitsky in the car for this second race. Some of these cars have got two drivers. One does the first race, one does the second. I think that's what's happened there. But now here come the race leaders around the final corner. The safety car can now pick up our race leaders, the four of them all nose to tail. So the safety car's picked them up. Hopefully it won't take too long to recover that car, but it was quite a mess. Here's a replay of the start. Pole position was Forster, but going down towards turn one. There was the moves being made from Selbach, who ended up in the lead of the race. From there on was never going to be stopped. We're still under safety car conditions here. We're going to have to get a flatbed out to recover that BMW, aren't they? I don't think you'll be able to drag that one away. So I imagine that's what the marshals are waiting for. There it is, coming through Sky Black, running a bit wide. Just a couple of corners to go. As the cars make their way past the accident zone. And looks like there's been too much damage to the barrier, which is good to see. Now the recovery truck has arrived. And we've got 11.5 minutes to go. So we're just going to recover that car and then we'll be getting racing back underway here. The clock is still counting down, so frustration for these BMW guys. They had a shortened race earlier on after 2 safety car periods, and not necessarily a shortened race today, but certainly a safety car one. The sort of holding arms are down on the flatbed. So they'll be lifting it up before too long. So there is our race leader, Michael Selbach, the Selbach Racing team. Walter Forster right behind him. And Forster was looking quick just before the safety car came out, so it may be that he's able to challenge when racing gets back underway, which hopefully will happen in the next sort of lap or two. The only concern is if that crash has spilled oil or fluid all over the circuit, and then the marshals have got to clean that up. It's difficult to tell. They're just trying to get the car up onto the back of the truck, which is taking a little time at the moment. Lights still on the safety car, clearly. Another lap behind the safety car for this BMW challenge. Seven and a half minutes to go, so if we do get racing, we're only going to get maybe one lap or so. I think the car's on the back of the low loader now, isn't it? So hopefully they can hoik up the joists. Is that the right word? Joists? The things that stabilise it. Anyway, hoik them up and off we go. He has wrecked the car, hasn't he? That's a real shame to see. Because these, of course, all sort of privately owned cars. There's no team around to rebuild them. That car gets underway. Now, what's the mess left behind? Looked all right, didn't it? Didn't look as though there was too much carnage on the track itself. It seems as though the marshals have done a good job to get that all out of the way. Yep, that's good to see. And the marshals have put down the cement dust and whatnot. The lights go out on the safety car, which may not quite be this lap, unfortunately. We might have another lap behind the safety car, but it'll be, in theory, a higher speed lap than we've seen so far. The lights have just gone off on the safety car, so we're going to be getting racing underway. It'll be a 5-minute sprint to the flag. Michael Selbach leading the way at the moment. Walter Forster is in second place with Christian Schultz third at the moment. The safety car really slowing the field down, I think, because they just want to make sure that the recovery truck is off, and then in a minute the safety car will disappear, get on it like a bonnet, back to the pits, and will Selbach follow, or will he then decide to dictate the pace? Watch him up at the front, weaving, 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 and Forster needs to get closer than that, really, as the race gets back underway here. Oh, is it? Go on. And there's the green flag, and away they go, down towards turn one. The battle continues as Schultz looks to the inside to try and get second place away from Forster, but he's not close enough. But it's Selbach who holds the lead. Forster needs to try and get past Selbach if he wants to take the lead of the race. We're going to have a couple of laps. Look how close Forster is. Look how close the top three are. All absolutely nose to tail. Selbach maybe pulling away just a little bit. Fantastic action further back in the field. Drive through penalty for cars 340 and 314 for overtaking under the safety car. So that is for Christian Kautz and also for Frank Borchardt. Borchardt's had an entertaining day, hasn't it? Side-by-side action here. As they come down towards the chicane. And there's a little look up the inside from Jens Smolik. He's trying to get past the 651 car of Thomas Ropke that had such a good start. But here come the top three, out across the line again. 3 minutes to go. So I think this may be the penultimate lap. Selbach leading, Forster second, third is Schultz. Side-by-side action further back in the pack. Good move there from Sarah Ganser. Ganser Motorsport car, the lady from Stolberg. There is Christian Schultz, still running in second place. Fastest first sector of anyone so far for Walter Forster in second place. Now, what are we going to be? Yes, this is going to be now the final lap of the race that they're about to start, with the top three all nose to tail. Did they get a last lap board? I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure that Forster will know it's the last lap. Yes, there is the last lap board being held out, so one more tour, 4 kilometers to go. Forster puts his nose there just so Selbach knows he's there. Out of Hugenholtz. through the left and the right, then over the crest. There's a challenge up the inside, and oh, they're being waved through there. That's very polite racing from Christoph Dreicher, allowing Lawrence Overhausen through. And that was for 10th position, so not quite sure what that was about. Maybe there was a contact between them earlier on. But this is the final lap, and look, a bit out of shape there for Selbach. And Walter Forster is reasonably close to the back of him. Actually, he's not close enough to have a lunge. He lost a lot of speed coming out, and there's the late look up the inside from Schultz. Schultz through into second place. Schultz shoots up into that second position. But it's going to be Michael Selbach who comes through the final corner now. The checker flag's being readied, and the second race of the weekend in the BMW Challenge is going to be won by Michael Selbach. There's the checkered flag, and there's the victory. Selbach wins. Second place for Schultz after taking the move on that last lap from Forster. Still battles to be decided for fourth position. Schmolik is trying to take that fourth place away, but it looks as though it'll be the 651 car of Thomas Röpke who's going to take that place. Fourth place for Röpke, fifth for Smolik, sixth for Muller, seventh for Lamberts, eighth for Borchardt. There's the Seat of Ferdinand Vernet coming home. And that is a 13th place for Ferdinand Vernet. And comes into the pits, actually, one of the cars there. That was the 340 car of Christian Kautz, who pits on the last lap instead of taking the checkered flag. Still gets classified in 14th place, though. Maybe just enough to do another lap. Huber in there, 17th. Pepper, 18th. Good to see Pepper back out after the crash earlier on in the race today. Here comes Dirk Kemmerling. Across the line for Scuderia Bavaria. Actually, it's Patrick Philippin racing that car this afternoon, my apologies. But it's Michael Selbach who takes the victory. And there he is, already back to the pit lane. So a good drive from Michael Selbach. The team seemed over the moon with him, as you'd obviously expect, but particularly delighted with that win. He had a lot of pressure, especially in the closing laps. Here's a look at the results after a safety car interrupted BMW Challenge race here at Zandvoort. 11 laps completed. Michael Selbach the winner. A second clear in the end of Christian Schultz. Walter Forster finishing third. It was Schoutenat, I think, who started that car and ended the race in fourth position. Smolik finishing in fifth ahead of Muller, Lambert, Smirlist, Obenhausen, and Tanzler completing the top 10. With Vernet, we saw there crossing the line in 12th place in the Seat. Further down the order, we saw a busy race for Borchardt in the morning, but this afternoon a little bit quieter, and he finishes in 17th position. Then we had one retirement from the race, which was the 313 car that crashed into the barriers, and that was Michael Kor's machine, the man from Ubach, out of the race. So the cars make their way back around to the paddock after their second of two races here this weekend at Zandvoort. They've still got plenty of races to go this season, racing all the way until November. Here's a look at the highlights of the race, and it was Michael Selbach who took the lead right from the start. And Walter Forster dropping back, and really Selbach disappeared in the early stages. Everyone safely through the first corner this time. Look at the lead that Selbach had after just a couple of corners. He didn't actually have that much of a pace advantage. It was just really hook the car up in the early stages of the race. And then there was the bold move from Christian Schultz to make up some places, and ultimately that knocked Jörg Hildebrandt down the order a little. Then that was the move for second place. Look up the inside from Walter Forster, and he took that second position away. Then a spin all on his own, really, for Harold Tanzler. He still managed to recover. There was the accident, or the aftermath of the accident anyway, for Michael Kort. That brought out the safety car. Safety car came in. We had 2 laps of racing. There was the damage to Michael Kort's car. Safety car came in, and immediately the challenge was on for second position, and that really is what allowed Michael Selbach to win the race so comfortably, was because those two were just squabbling over second place the whole time. It was Forster who held the second place for most of the race, but on the final lap he managed to get past by Christian Schultz. Look up the inside from Schultz, got through into second position, and he went on to finish in that second place. But it was the race win for Michael Selbach in the second race of the weekend in the BMW Challenge. A superb drive from Selbach.
Oké, dat is Christian Schulze die heel blij is. Zandvoort, ja, dat gebruiken die Duitsers het woord drive, maar dat zeggen wij cool op gaan. Een heel mooi circuit winnen. Hij had zeker om hier volgend jaar
So we're just waiting for
terug te komen.
the podium procedure.
Een heel mooi circuit winnen om te rijden.
So that's the end of the BMW Challenge this weekend here in Zandvoort. The second race won by Michael Selbach. He takes victory in BMW Challenge Race 2.